Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of What's Going On at the University of the Virgin Islands School of Agriculture. I'm DaraMonifah Cooper, your communication specialist in the area of technology and distance and online learning. And we also have co-hosting.
Hi, I'm Leandra Kent, Public Relations Specialist / editor for the School of Agriculture.
Yes, and today we have a staff guest, Dr. Amy Dreves. So we'll let her introduce herself in a moment, but first a little bit about what we do every Wednesday at 3. So what's going on at UVI SOA, and again, that's for the School of Agriculture here at the University of the Virgin Islands. This is a weekly program hosted by the communications team with lively interviews about our staff, our administrators, community partners, stakeholders, current and past clients, as we all share experiences and examples of how we work together in the community, responding to the needs of the community. So for more information, you'll be able to visit our website, and that is ces.uvi.edu, CES for Cooperative Extension Service, which is the community outreach part of the School of Agriculture, so the ces.uvi.edu. So we want to welcome Dr. Dreves, or I like to call her the VI bug lady, and give her a chance to go ahead and introduce yourselves to the people of the Virgin Islands and wherever else, since we're on the internet.
Okay. That's great. Hey, thank you very much. I so appreciate this opportunity to talk to the VI community, the backyard gardeners, the agricultural farmers, and pest control operators. I arrived on St. Croix in 2017, May, and I'm originally from Oregon State University in Corvallis, Oregon. I've been a pest management specialist for over 35 years, and actually, I started studying bugs since age 9 in the mountains of Colorado.
Wow.
I'm definitely passionate about this field. I feel I'm more of a detective in a very general way. I'm not just specializing in insects. I must consider all living organisms, any disease, a nematode, parasitic nematodes, people get in the roots of their plants, insects, vertebrates. Look at rats and mice and iguanas and birds. Also, when I'm studying a plant or a house, I have to look at non-living factors. So that might be rain, drought, all of these, pH, fertilizers, all of this could be affecting the health of not only a house or building, but a plant. So I'm an associate professor here and feel honored to work for the Cooperative Extension Service and the Research Experimental Station. I also love soccer. You got to remember that. I like hiking, ultimate frisbee, and I love St. Croix. So I feel honored to be here.
Excellent. And we are honored to have you. You do a whole lot out there, and not only on St. Croix, because you come over to the St. Thomas, St. John district as well. And sometimes there are people that just want to know what's eating you to their plants, right? So
that is so true. And some of my day-to-day activities, I do trainings, not only with pesticide safety exterminators, but integrated pest management trainings, and that is diagnosing problems with preventative measures and a lot of integrated practices to minimize pests. So I do a lot of home visits. I respond to submissions of whether they're insects, mites, nutritional problems, damage to houses. But I do production of bulletins. Currently, I've been working with your unit. It's pretty exciting, all on rotating crops to reduce pest buildup. Also understanding what a reduced risk pesticide, and made a poster that should be coming out, I would expect, this month of March. I do a lot of trainings on making sure you can distinguish all your beneficial insects, the natural enemies that are out there that are actually work for you, and some of the monitoring tools. I write grants. A current one, which I'm sure you'll all be interested in, I'm testing some of the homemade substances like soap, oil, neem, garlic, that list goes on, for pest control, and try to figure out what kind of recipes work in an environment, hot environment like this. I'm also, which will really kind of excite, I think, the farmers most, but I'm preparing trainings this year on ways to scout. This will be in-field trainings, how to know when a pest becomes a certain level that if you get higher, you may find that you can't control anymore. It's on beyond any help. But some of those practices and tools that can be implemented in best choices of pesticides. So upcoming events, how would you like me to begin that and let them know?
I was just about to, well, I'm glad you're telling everybody about your everyday, what you do going into the field and checking on plants and insects and all these different things. But we do know that you have some pesticide safety related things coming up. So, and that's both campuses are going to be able to.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, please go right in.
Both campuses. I'm doing, well, soon, actually starting this Friday, got a lot of response on this Friday, is those that have a pesticide license, it's an applicator's license, that DPNR distributed. If your license is expiring or expired in 2020, again, that was a problem. I apologize. COVID took over and everything was delayed. So here I am, Friday, February 26th. If you're on St. Croix, you must give me a call. At the very end, I'll give you my contact information. Or you write me, email me to get on that recertification on February 26th. If you want to learn more about what does IPM mean, what does integrated pest management, I have a half-day training on March 3rd. And one of the biggest that a lot of people take is a core pesticide class. Okay. It's all about how to use pesticide, how to be safe, how does it affect the environment and yourself, how to rotate pesticides. That's March 8th. March 17th will be public health, a lot on ticks and mosquitoes. March 27th is a structural and health. It's industrial and institutional structural and health. And that is a lot for those that are working in homes. Termites, ants, cockroaches, rats. It's all telling you about pesticides that are being used, but primarily how to control them in an integrated way. And then March 26th, for those who are working at a hotel or doing ornamental and turf work, like in golf courses, it's good for you to sign up. Landscapers are another one for March 26th. If you want to get on my listserv, the following are my contacts, which my phone number, 340-692-4052. But better yet is my email. It's amy.dreves. That's AMY, DRE, V as in Victor, ES at UVI.edu. You get on my listserv. Okay, be ready for April and May, because I'm going to be working a lot with the agricultural plant pests. There's a class all day, including right of way, and that just means ways to control weeds. those that are working on highways, sides of road, at buildings and using herbicides or other means would want to take that class. It's a category. In order to get a pesticide applicator's license, you must take these trainings. And then you take an exam, and then you become eligible to get this license.
Okay, okay. Wow. So what types of people in our community, and you mentioned quite a few of them already, but that I know who can. So who right now in the community are actually licensed and certified? What types of occupations?
Some of the occupations are the pest control operators,
Mhm.
The exterminators that are out there. They work for many of you in your backyards, around your house, in your house. If you call and say, hey, I got these trails
Yeah.
on my wall, going trails, come and inspect and say, oh, I'm sorry, you have subterranean termites. One of the latest, which is pretty interesting, Dara, is, I have 4 cases recently just in cabinets. People have cabinets and they have these little pyramids of like sawdust. You go in, you inspect and say, I'm sorry. There's always, I'm sorry. Wood boring beetles. And this is how we can manage them. So I have a lot of those kind of people that get licenses, but a farmer can get a private license, particularly if they're using restricted use pesticides that you'll see on the front panel of any pesticide label. Or they can come and just get experience on how to apply a pesticide, how to read a label, understanding something like a precautionary statement that says, do not apply when plants are in bloom.
Mhm.
Do not apply in the middle of the day when there's bee activity. Those things are very important messages to a farmer or an exterminator, for pest control within houses and buildings. So those are some of my clients, but a lot of people should be interested in the IPM, because that is for any backyard gardener should come and get ideas on what they can do to prepare their backyard to avoid a pest problem. Good health, knowing which plants like the sun, which plants like the shade, who likes water, who likes less water. All those things contribute to inviting pests. So that's what I'll talk a lot about.
Mhm.
A lot of examples in my PowerPoint presentation showing these examples.
Yeah, and I'm looking at some of them, some of the topics and things like that, because most of us who wouldn't have a reason to know would have no idea what IPM is,
That's right.
And just from working with you and hearing you say it, and also like with the AgDiscovery program when you're teaching the students, I know that it's integrated pest management, right?
Right.
Now, what that
And-
means, I may not be able to fully explain to someone. So could you just wrap that up?
I will wrap it up. It means not to choose only one tool. Some people will choose only pesticides, but it's really looking at multiple ways and a combination of tools, practices, tactics, always considering how good are they to yourself, the environment, to the landscape, and the last resort should be a pesticide. So IPM really teaches you some of those things you need to be taking in consideration, like prevention, monitoring your fields closely and often. So and pest is any pest, insect, disease, vertebrate, okay? And management, it's not control, it's managing it to a minimal level. So that's kind of the short little package for IPM. It's just an acronym.
Yeah.
Integrated Pest Management.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Really good stuff. Definitely thank you for sharing that. I want to pull up some photos. But before I do that, I'm going to pause a minute and let Leandra share the screen, because everything you're speaking about falls under one of the areas of the, well, really two of the areas of the School of Agriculture, right? And the academic programs is the third area. So agriculture experiment station, so that's for your research, your outreach with extension, and the academic program. So I want her to show the flyer of the academic program for a minute and just go down the list while I pull up some photos, and then you could let us know what you've been doing in the community based on a couple of those photos.
Sure.
Okay.
Mhm.
So as you guys can see that we have the flyer for the School of Agriculture. So this is such an exciting upcoming for the fall of 2021 and for spring 2022. We know that we're offering now the agriculture and business and agritourism programs here at UVI. So you can sign up for those. Well, you can sign up for those in fall and for spring. But coming fall 2021, we have more certificates coming up. The animal science, the agroforestry, we have aquaculture, horticulture, cannabis, social science, and general agriculture. So those are the certifications that are coming in fall. That is going to also include agriculture, business, and agrotourism. Then we also have the Associate of Applied Science degrees that's coming in fall, which is animal science, general agriculture, agroecology, horticulture, agricultural business, regulatory science, cannabis biotechnology, and cannabis social science. Now, in coming spring 2022, we have a bachelor's degree programs in animal science, agroecology, horticulture, regulatory science, general agriculture, and agriculture business/economics. So all of these are going to be offering to you guys soon. We are so excited to share this opportunity to the Virgin Islands and abroad internationally. To everyone who are interested in any of these fields, it is going to be available here at UVI. So we have, for more information, you can contact Dr. Usman Adamu. He is our Dean and Director for the School of Agriculture. You have his phone number here, 340-692-4091, or you can email him at usman.adamu@uvi.edu, usman.adamu@uvi.edu, and we'll also be posting this flyer on all our social media platforms. If you have any questions, you can inbox Dr. Adamu, of course, or me or Dara, or any person that working in School of Agriculture, and we'll be happy to talk to you guys about any of these fields if you're interested. And I'm pretty sure I probably might look into one of these. I'm not even going front, like think which one I think I like. Aquaculture, actually. That seems very interesting. But yes, all of these are available, coming to you guys soon. So just keep a lookout for that. And back to you, Dara.
Sure.
I do want to say two things. You can take IPM. It's a whole course.
Yeah.
A lot of the horticulture, the agricultural, I think it was science. But you will see that course along with beekeeping, which is pretty cool because I'm just now attending a long course just on beekeeping that Department of Ag is put. So
That's like so much excitement.
Okay.
I think this was also shared during the weekend for the virtual teaser for the agriculture fair. If you guys missed this flyer, it was broadcast there as well. So
good.
we'll keep on sharing and spreading the word of this wonderful opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah, please, the youth. We can't forget the youth. We must spread the word because there's some good stuff happening here. So I hope to see some of these folks attending UVI.
Okay, so I'm gonna share. And then Amy, you just tell us what these are. We're gonna go through just quickly and see what's what. Can you see the screen?
I can. Do you want to put it on slide mode or leave it at that?
I'll leave it on this for now.
I do work also with AES, who are studying various varieties, in this case, of pepper, bell peppers, different types. And here I am, I come out. You'll always recognize me by wearing an optivisor. I practically those things. But even a closer up view of what's going on underneath some of those leaves. When I see wrinkled, Jimmy thought virus, because there's a lot of virus on pepper, when in fact it was a microscopic broad mite. So here I am in the field looking at all the pepper plants.
Okay, okay. And what's that? Well, I know.
Everybody knows this guy. You know, the frangipani larvae lives in these frangipani trees, and it just totally defoliates. That will turn to a very large brown pupae and then turn into one of pretty nice sized gray moth. And so the moth is the pollinator of that plant, but every year those frangipani are so resilient, they will regrow all the leaves and come right on back. They love those leaves of frangipani, the larvae, ferocious feeders.
I see them everywhere.
5 inches.
Yeah. They're pretty to look at.
I think they're
From
beautiful.
afar.
From afar.
Yeah, from afar. And this is just highlighting the fact that early detection of pests are most important. If you wait too long, and I think I said this earlier, it's beyond control, beyond an economic threshold. And so we spend a lot of time monitoring these plants. Those are peppers in the field at UVI with AES.
Okay. And what you doing here? It looks like a kite.
Here, yeah, this is called
the bottom of a chair, actually.
It doesn't, and it's called a beet sheet. You can use white paper. This is made out of cloth and crisscrossed. And I put it under pigeon peas. I was getting what they call a borer. I'm sure everybody's familiar with this. If you have pigeon peas, you collect the pea pod. Sometimes you'll see whole, and you'll see droppings even coming out of the hole. They call that frass in the entomology world. So on a white sheet, I just shake those plants, and I can see a lot of the pests will just drop onto the white sheet, and I can better look at them and see if they're hiding within the canopy. So that's pigeon peas.
Okay.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and here too, I was, this is at one of the farms, I was looking for natural enemies. Tiny wasp the size of a moppy. Okay, so small that it will find those borers and it'll actually parasitize it. It will sting it and lay eggs in its body and kill them. You know, we always think the wasps are like Jack Spaniards, but there's ones that are small as the little gnats, oceums that you get at night. So that's what I was doing here in the field.
Okay, let's go to the next one. I actually remember these.
Yeah, I am a fan of AgriFest, and I try to really work with a lot of kids, so I always have an interactive display. And so here is just one of my clients very interested in some of these insects that are in cases and hanging in my display. So I try to not only work with the youth, but all the way up to adults.
Okay, and this is similar one, and then I'll end with the last one.
I go over to St. Thomas whenever I get an opportunity, and hope that I am visiting them again. I feel I've cheated them a bit, and I live here. But here I sat at a table at one of their ag fairs and just answered questions. I said, bring your stuff. You got anything you want to show me, bring it to me and I'll help you. So that's what that is.
Okay, and this last one.
I love students. I was mentored throughout from 9 years old, who taught me to observe and look closely and be an entomologist. So this happens to be Lamani Santiago, who just won an award for Student of the Year. And he's great in his artwork. So we're putting together several publications. He was part of the last 3. The next one I'm working on is soft-bodied pests. Those are like your aphids, your scales, your mealybugs. And he's helping me with all the drawings. So here I am working with him. So all the power to the students.
Yeah, I love his artwork, and I'm gonna take off my background for a second so that people can also see the, is it there? I gotta make sure it's there. because he really does a great job. Very clean work, and you won't be able to see the whole thing, but
this was a 6-foot tall upright banner.
actually,
that
you can see the whole thing.
It's now at 2.
There it is.
2, there you go.
So you can see the whole.
And he
Part
does
of
some
it anyway.
really great work with me. He's been with me just about when I arrived, and I'm not giving him up. He's just,
Yeah, he does great work, really, really great work. But
he's got some nice
if
stuff.
he's around, one of these days we should get him on here with us.
I agree. He's shy, but we'll get him on.
We'll work towards it then. But you know,
Okay.
we always have more of these to share because we're always doing a lot in the School of Agriculture, whether we're in the Cooperative Extension Service office, the Agriculture Experiment Station, or our redeveloped academic programs. So there's a lot going on, and you saw on that flyer what else is being developed, and as soon as it goes through the process and gets approved and all of that types of stuff, you know, we'll be able to officially put out what's next. Right now, as Leandra mentioned, the academic programs that are available have to do with you being able to apply as a certificate program student for the 2 certificate programs. Okay, that was agritourism and agribusiness. So
for now,
you can take some of the core classes that are already offered at UVI to make your way towards that certificate. And the plan is for everything else to develop to the associates, to the bachelors. And I heard some word about potentially eventually a PhD too. So, but it takes a community effort when we're talking about building agriculture. And we do our parts. We're going to continue to do our part by letting you know what all we do every Wednesday at 3 here at UVI Cooperative Extension Service, UVI Agriculture Experiment Station, academic programs, all under the School of Agriculture. But I wanted to thank you, Amy, for spending the time with us today and sharing what you do so more people, so we know more what you're doing, and as well as so the community will know more as well. So if you could just share your contact information again.
Okay, let's go with the email first. Amy, that's AMY .Dreves. That's spelled DRE, V as in Victor, ES at UVI.edu. And my phone number is 340-692-4052. Thanks for the opportunity to share my program with you guys. I appreciate it. Everybody who's out there.
Of course.
Thank you for joining.
Definitely. And we have one more thing as we wrap up to show everyone today. So I'm pulling it up now, and I'm just going to share my screen for a second so we can get to that. Hopefully I can get it a little bit bigger than it is. But Leandra, if you could start mentioning the opportunity that we have for students. or for a student on St. Croix specifically, actually. So that is, and it's changed a little bit, and let me explain a little bit how it's changed. At one point, they were going through the process of HR and everything else like that, which is usually normal, but they simplified it. They actually increased the salary, and now you can just make contact directly with David. So here I go. I'm going to share the screen. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is a wonderful opportunity for any student that's attending UVI, but on the St. Croix campus. So it is a student research assistant job that is available for any student interested in being an intern for Dr. David Hensley, who works in the Agriculture Experimental Station area and EPSCoR. So basically, of course, the flyer is saying, are you interested in an internship in sustainability or environmental science? Via EPSCoR, that might be perfect for you. Students based on St. Croix are invited to apply for this paid spring internship in environmental science research. So you will get direct hands-on experience in scientific research in ecological and agricultural questions in the Virgin Islands. Field trips, sample collections in diverse natural environments, lab training, data analysis, scientific training, and interpretation, all possibilities and opportunities in this position. And you will also, which is a good thing for us students, get a stipend, $1,120 monthly. So if anyone is interested in that, you can email David Hensley at david.hensley@uvi.edu. is right there on the flyer that's underlined. Email him there with your resume and cover letter by March 3rd, 2021. That's the deadline to apply. So if you're interested or know anyone that's interested in working side by side with Mr. Hensley, you have his email right here, and you have the deadline right there. You don't want to miss this opportunity. This is so much opportunities here at School of Agriculture.
Right. And because we record this both for video and for audio, with collaborating with WVI, we're going to spell it out for you before we wrap it up right now. David Hensley, DAVID.HENSLEY at uvi.edu. So send him a message, or if you need more information, just contact us and we'll direct you to, and we'll make that connection happen.
But it will be posted on our social media
all over
platforms as well, so you don't have to worry about the
UVI SOA all over the place. So just look for UVI SOA and you'll be able to see that. And as you can see, it's a collaboration with EPSCoR. So here we go again, making the connections happen, the School of Agriculture and VI EPSCoR. But that is what we had to share with you today. We know it's a lot, but there's a whole lot more. And we're just trying to give you a little bit of it here and there every week at 3 on Wednesdays. So thank you for joining us this time. Please do subscribe, like, share, comment, all of that, so that we can help to get this information out to wider audiences, different ways that we can. And visit the website, ces.uvi.edu. Just a quick reminder though, the Ag Discovery Summer Enrichment Program application is still available up until March 25th. So anyone in grades 7 through 12 eligible to apply, again, visit our website for more information. You don't want to miss that. We're trying to get as many of our local students the opportunity to apply as much as possible. So thanks again from UVI School of Agriculture, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.